Hey guys, thanks for tuning in today. This video we're actually finishing up our left side cleanup. Now if you've seen the previous few videos, you watched us do the AIS block-off plates, as well as relocating our fuel pressure regulator underneath of our seat to kind of give that left side that cleaner look. Now in today's video we're going to be replacing the fuel lines and the dry brake that run between our tank to our reserve tank. Now when researching everything I need for this video, I watched GD Warrior's left side cleanup and really liked the way the red and black looked on his, so we went ahead and went with that. If you haven't yet, be sure to jump over to his channel and subscribe to him as well. The link will be in the top right hand corner. Let's go ahead and get into it. Today's tools, we will need two JEGS Elite Series -8AN black and red straight hose ends, two fuel injection clamps, 2 foot of -8AN nylon braided hose, lubricant, 4 and 5 millimeter Allens, 8 and 10 millimeter sockets, a T30 safety torque bit, hacksaw, tape, 2 crescent wrenches, a flathead screwdriver, pliers, a Vibrant Performance dry brake -8AN, and it works best with an empty tank. Very first thing you're going to want to do is go ahead and remove the tank. If you need help with that, the link to the video is going to be in the top right corner. From there, you're going to want to go ahead and remove this cover to give you access to the reserve tank on the back side. You're going to use a T30 safety torques here and a 4 millimeter Allen back up in here. Go ahead and pop that off. On the back side, you can see, just pull it here, and then you're going to have to twist it around and get that to kind of pop out of there. Set that to the side. From there, we're going to go ahead and remove our 8 millimeter bolt holding our old dry brake on. Next, you'll want to go ahead and remove this line here where it comes in at your elbow for your dry brake. Now this clamp here, I've already undone mine, but the way it works is that it just has these little teeth on the bottom side here that clamp over this. If you can get something underneath of it and kind of just pry up a little bit, it'll actually snap right apart. Now be careful with the elbow because you're going to want to reuse this, but you don't have to worry about the clamp because we're going to be replacing that. Go ahead, once you get that off, go ahead and just pull that line. Next, on the bottom side of your tank, you're going to want to go ahead and remove this line for your dry brake where it connects at the elbow. Now, see if I can't get a better view of what you got to do to get this clip removed. Like I said, it's just got a lip that kind of curls over, and if you can get something in between there, kind of just pry out a little bit, just pop it right free. And then we'll go ahead and just pry that out. Now next we're going to be cutting our hose. When you cut it, you want to go ahead and wrap it in some kind of tape to keep it from fraying off. Now there's many different ways to cut this. They make actual tools for it. You can use a cutting wheel. Me personally, I'm going to be using a hacksaw. And when you do cut it, you're going to want to make sure that you blow out any kind of rubber or anything like that that may be inside the lines with some compressed air. Now I measured, and I'm going to cut 6 inches for the front side, and I'm going to leave 18 inches on the back side. Now these are both going to be cut just a little bit long, and I suggest that you also measure yours before you cut. Don't just go off of my measurements. Go off of yours and cut whatever you feel is best. Alright, next we'll be fitting the line to the actual fittings. Go ahead and pop this off real quick. Now you see on that fitting there's a lip at the bottom of those threads. You're going to go ahead and stick that hose all the way up to the bottom edge of that lip before you start threading that in. Go ahead and unwrap the electrical tape from it. So you'll stick that in. If you kind of twist it, it kind of helps out a little bit. And there you see I've got the hose pressed all the way up to the lip on that. I'll be using a little bit of good old Mobil 1 20W50 here to kind of lube this up just a little bit before you stick it in that line, because it is going to need some help. And you'll just kind of start screwing it in to get it started. Now once you get it hand tightened, you're going to actually want to either stick this part into a vise and screw the rest of this in, or get AN wrenches, because this is aluminum, so if you use anything else that's harder like steel or anything like that, you do run the risk of marring them up, so you want to be really careful with them. I'm going to stick one end inside of a crescent wrench, and I'm going to use this end to twist. I want to hold this end, but twist on this end. Alright, once you get it tightened up, it should look about like that, and I'm pretty anal. I'm going to keep it all nice and lined up like that and everything. So, alright, and there's our fittings both put together. Alright, next we'll go ahead and screw in our dry brake. Connect the small hose to the F-top. Connect the long hose on the back. Alright guys, that's what it's going to look like when we're finished. Now on these AN fittings, you don't need to use any kind of Teflon tape, any kind of Loctite, anything like that. Everything seals itself when it gets inside this hose. That nozzle actually pushes in and pushes out on the hose, and it seals up against this collar. So you don't have to worry about any kind of sealing or anything like that. Everything should be good to go. Now if you're like me, you did cut these just a little bit long. So you're going to want to go ahead and lay everything back out and measure up to where you're going to want to cut on these ends to get everything to line back up to have this to where you want it. Now basically, I'm just going to kind of hold the dry brake up to where I want, kind of dry fit it, kind of see where that hose is going to end up. Now make sure you leave enough room, because that cover plate has a hole on the back side that hose is going to fit into. Now I'm going to cut my hose right at about here. Now guys, when you cut it, just like before, make sure you tape it up and go ahead and use your hacksaw, whatever you use to cut it, nice and clean. And this time, whenever you do, you can go ahead and leave that tape on the back end of it, because we are going to be clamping it, and that'll kind of help from fraying it out and everything. Alright, from there you're going to go ahead and attach a clamp to your hose, and you'll want to attach your hose to the elbow there at the reserve tank. Now I went ahead and squirted some WD-40 inside that hose to kind of help lube it up a little bit, because that is a very tight squeeze. Alright, and once you got your hose on your elbow, you're going to go ahead and tighten up your clamp here. Alright, from there you're going to go ahead and pop your tank back on so that you can kind of see where the hose is going to have to be cut again for the front side. Just line it up like you did with the back. You see you want to cut back up the front up here. So I'm going to be cutting back right around here. And just like before, we're going to tape it off. Go ahead and cut it. Make sure that we blow out any lines so that we get out any kind of rubber or anything like that that may have fallen inside. Just like before, go ahead and once you get your hose cut down, stick a clamp on it. Go ahead, I put some WD-40 on the inside of it, and then we're going to stick it onto the elbow here on the bottom side of the tank. Once you've got that seated all the way up, go ahead, put your clamp back on, tighten it up. Alright, once you got your tank back on, got your dry fit all back together, I'd go ahead and make sure you double check your line connections, make sure everything's all nice and tight. You're not going to have any kind of leaks or anything like that, and you're ready to start setting everything else back together. Now for the plate, I'll go ahead and make sure you stick that back in, twist it around, just kind of pop that on. Guys, if this video helped you out at all, be sure to like and share it. You'll also want to subscribe and hit that bell next to the subscribe button so that you get notifications whenever new videos come out. I also want to thank everybody who started to subscribe to me. As of recording this video, I'm only at 50 subscribers, and it's not many, but knowing that I have even that many people that want to hear what I have to say means a little bit. Guys, as always, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.